After watching the color stories Mixed and Mix It Up and Mouse Paint, I decided to use my watercolor set to create some color mixes here on my paper. So I'm going to go ahead and get a cup of water and a brush, and I'm just going to focus on my primary colors for now, even though my set has all the colors. So red, yellow, and blue. So let me start with my yellow. I'm going to get my brush wet, swirl it around my yellow paint, and I'm going to start by making some circles. The key to mixing with watercolor paint is making sure that you're mixing into another wet surface. If the paint dries, it might mix a little bit, but it's not going to mix as well. So I'm going to go ahead and paint next to it so we can see what happens right here in the middle. So if we watch here in the middle, we're going to see the red and the yellow mixed together to make orange. And the thing about watercolor is that it's going to keep mixing even after you stop painting it. I'm going to do the same thing with my blue here. So here I can see that the red mixed with the blue and it's making a violet color. I'm going to go ahead and mix blue here on the other side, and we can see right away that the yellow and the blue, where they overlap, made a green color. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some different circle shapes. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with them at the end. I'm going to start to kind of mix some colors in here. Maybe I'll do some different dots. And we're going to see the watercolor kind of spread out and hopefully mix together to make orange in some of these areas. So I can also play with different values. I can see what happens when I use a lot of red or just a little bit. So up here, maybe I'll do a lot of red with my blue, and then I'll use just the water on my brush to kind of mix it down to the bottom. So I'll see different values, that's what we call that, where we see the color kind of change from a darker color into a lighter color. Let's see if I can do the same thing with green. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a trick to turn our markers into watercolor paint. So if you don't have watercolor, you can do this trick by using markers and a piece of tin foil and water and a paintbrush. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my marker to color on my tin foil. Might not look like it's doing anything right now, but what you're doing is you're taking the ink from the marker and you're putting it onto the tin foil so that we can pick it up with our brush. So as you can see, I took my color mixed circles and I turned it into an outer space picture. When I was painting, I saw the colors blending together and it just looked like planets in outer space to me. So that's what I decided to do with mine. But depending on the shapes you paint, you could leave it just as one painting, or you could wait till it dries, cut them out, and make a whole new composition. I hope you had fun color mixing with watercolor with me, and go ahead and check out the other color mixing videos that me and Mrs. Cunningham have prepared for you. See you next week.